Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into Juck on Bucks, a special edition of Juck on Bucks as we await Justin Hill's announcement live. Justin Hill, of course, absolute stud edge rusher, being recruited as a jack out of Cincinnati Winton Woods. 6'3", 220, top 50 overall prospect. And honestly, this dude's a five-star. Look, he's not rated as a five-star. I don't care what those rankings say. This is a different type of cat. Being recruited to the Bucks for the jack position that we have not used. We'll find out today if that was a big mistake. Absolute game wrecker, just a different type of dude. The type of guy that we don't usually get unless we grow him, and we grew him this time. You got to get this guy. You got to keep him in your state. One of the best players I think we've seen on defense in a long time. Total impact guy, nasty, tenacious, motor doesn't stop. Crazy speed. His length is amazing. I think he could play any position if you gave him a year to change his body. Any position. Now, his Final Four, Ohio State, Alabama. We got the helmets all around us. We got USC and Oregon also as, thought to be a distant second. The panicking ensued this morning. So this was thought to be Buckeyes for a while now. And then this morning we got a whole lot of smoke that we had an Alabama problem. It kind of started when Jeremy Birmingham started tweeting and sending out messages to his subscribers. Apparently, Justin Hill had gone radio silent with Ohio State. And then later on, I saw that was clarified by Matt Parker that he had gone radio silent with Alabama, SC, and Oregon as well. What do we know? I don't know. Who do we believe? We've been in this long enough to know that sometimes these guys like to play games at the 11th hour to build up the drama. Then we saw Steve Wiltfong say that he had intel and put out an RPM for Justin Hill to Alabama. That was at 12:01, so just about a half an hour ago. And then we saw Chad Simmons of On3 do the same thing at like 12:03. So those guys both have RPMs out now for Justin Hill to Alabama. And again, it all sounds bad right now, but we've been here before. We've seen these things totally be absolute smoke screens, so we're not going to panic yet. And the impact of this one is big. Last night I put together a little highlight of Justin. Let's watch what makes him so special. And this is kind of his signature play that everything opens with, where you can see him coming off the edge, insane speed, strips the ball often. He's really excellent at that. I really like this play here. He's coming off the edge, speed rushing, blast by the tackle, but he kind of gets stopped there at the end. His momentum totally slowed down, and then he's able to take two steps, and they're so fast with this length. Let's watch it again. Watch here where he gets slowed down totally, almost momentum stopped, and then 1-2, boom. Always, again, stripping the ball every time. And here we'll see the versatility. Now he's at linebacker. This is what he's going to be doing for the Bucks. At edge, at linebacker, comes through, no chance. Goodbye. There goes the ball again. Lined up at edge again. 78, he blows by him with the big swing move. The guard was supposed to come out and help. Could not get there in time. Let's watch that guard. Watch 65. Is supposed to come out here and help him, and he is not there in time. One mistake, and this dude's going to eat your lunch. Here's 78 is this is a good tackle now. This is a big dude. Now that really wasn't a double team because 78 was passing him off to 64 or 65. So 78 squares up, and then he's passing him off to 65 because he's got to go out and get that little dude. And that guard really messed up there. There's a whole lot of poor blocking on Justin Hill too, but he makes him look bad. And 78, let's see what he can do. 78 can't move laterally. 64, that guard, 65 was supposed to come out and help here on the double team. Let's check that again. And he looks inside first like he should and then comes out to help, and he can't get there in time. He's just too fast, man. He's grease lightning. We got him at edge again over here on the left of our screen. Same tackle. This guy can't move laterally, but he's a big kid. They go for the double team. No, sir. You can't double team him. You can't do anything with him at the high school level. This dude is as legit of a 5-star as you've seen. He's not a 5-star, which is insane. Look at him. Just blow through double teams. So aggressive. Got him on edge again. Bottom of your screen. This is one of my favorite plays. Watch this. I mean, dude. First off, just the desire to do that from the edge position. We got to watch it again. Just the desire and the want to go after this. But look at the open field speed. Are you kidding me? Those are little fast dudes. That's insane. All right, so here he's at the top of our screen. No, yeah, top of our screen. He's going to blow by, get his arm in there and strip the ball. Bottom of our screen. Now keep an eye on that. That receiver in motion is supposed to block him, but he's so fast, the receiver totally mistimes it. Let's watch that again. All right, watch this receiver coming in motion. Now he's trying to come down, and no, absolutely. You can't take an angle on him. They're just not used to seeing a kid that can move this fast. His angle was totally screwed up. But this is such a simple. He can't even engage. Like, that's how fast he is. This wide receiver. The wide receiver cannot even engage the block. Watch him. He's coming down here in motion, and he just totally whiffs because Hill's so fast. It's amazing. He's at linebacker here. He's going to get to the other side of the field, still keeping his shoulders relatively parallel to the line of scrimmage, looking for a crackback. The kid's well coached, obviously crazy talented. The speed there to recover from that is insane. Let's watch that one again. The length here. Watch when he lays out. That's just crazy length, man. He's listed at 6'3". I don't know if that's accurate. I think he might be taller. But he sure is long, that's for sure. Wild speed. I want to see what he does again at the beginning of this play. Oh, this is the length play again. Crazy. All right, we don't see the beginning of this one. All right, watch him here. He's 8, right side of your screen there. See how he extends those arms, keep those guys off him, and then hawks this dude down. This is an athletic quarterback. This kid's really good. I saw him before. That crazy swim move again. Doesn't even make the play, but they just wanted to show us that crazy swim move again. Let's watch it. Whoop! Poor 78, man. What do you do when you're game planning, when you're a high school coach and you got to go against a kid like this? You know your guy's got no shot. Like, what do you do? Oh, ow. That was a lick. I couldn't even really see what was going on there, but he sure put a lick on dude. We're going to put a lick on fella here. I mean, it moves so fast you can barely see what's happening, but watch the ball carrier. He's going to get smashed. Ouch. Our boy's a hitter, man, but he's clean. He's clean. All right, we got him. He's just roaming, man. This is what he's going to be doing for us. Roaming. Love it. All right, so there's our guy. Hopefully our guy. Guys, I know things don't look good, but remember, like our guy Matt says right here, where he was. Matt, Byrne wasn't bullish on him coming to Ohio State. A lot of people were very bullish on him coming to Ohio State up until this morning, and it could just all be a smokescreen. And we're now at 5 minutes and 51 seconds until he announces. No, he's not looking like our guy. If these, guys are to be believed this morning, but he absolutely was leading up to this. So did something change, or is he just messing around? Sometimes we see this. We do. So until he announces otherwise, I'm going to have a smile on my face and a positive attitude. And this is true. His parents are Alabama fans, particularly his mother, who has somehow been a lifelong Alabama fan, which I do not understand how that goes. I don't know if she's from down there or if she is an Ohio Alabama fan, but I saw somebody say, Reviving Real News says Birmingham said he was committed to us a month ago. Then the OV to Bama changed everything. We will never know what it was. We'll see. We're down under 5 minutes. I see a lot of people saying things like, we'll be fine. And yes, of course, we will be fine. The class of 2025, here we go. Stepdad is from Bama. The class of 2025 is amazing. It's an amazing class, regardless. In fact, if the class of 2025 closed the doors right now and ended, it would finish number 3 in last year's rankings. So obviously an amazing class. No doubt about that. But you win national championships with impact players, and this is an impact player. An impact player that would be going to a school that is potentially a school we will face in the playoffs for years to come, because DeBoer is looking like he's really got it humming, which has surprised the heck out of me. And let's keep in mind also, they beat us for Micah DeBose. They beat us for Jackson Lloyd. And this would be now they've come up and taken one of the best prospects we've had defensively out of our state in a long time. This would not be a small, everything's fine, we're cool kind of loss to me. And I really, like, at least for 24 hours, like, yeah, I'm going to be very irritated. And this is true. I totally agree with this. Fisherman said, Berm said, in his opinion, he's the best player in the Midwest. I absolutely agree with this. The fact that this dude's not a 5-star is insane to me. We just watched this film. That's some of the more impressive film you've seen in this entire class of 2025. Absolute difference maker. And also, there was a ridiculous amount of smoke with Edric Houston on signing day, because Edric Houston was going to Alabama until Ryan Day got on the phone and got him back in the loop. And that was related to a lot of things, but that was a Larry retiring situation. And he was going to roll. He wasn't going to come to Ohio State. Ryan Day saved the day on that one. And let's hope that he's saving the day on Justin Hill. I mean, we're 2 minutes and 28 seconds away from this thing starting. Who knows how long it'll go into it till then, until he announces. Eric says, I hear you, Juck. I get way too mad when things don't go OSU's way. I always give myself 24 hours to stew, and then I look at, where we're at. And of course, where we're at is fantastic. It's great. And we always want everything to be perfect. It's never going to be. But some sting way worse than others. And this one would sting. Hey, Ken, way worse than others. Blue Wolverine, thank you so much. Blue Wolverine, thanks for the $1.99. Appreciate you, buddy. I missed that. I'm sorry. Thank you. This guy. Happy 4th, buddy. Appreciate you. But, some sting more than others. Micah DeBose and Jackson Lloyd, losing them to Alabama, obviously we need offensive line help. Those would have been great additions. But those certainly don't sting like this would sting. And Devin says, Hill right after Brew makes it sting more. Absolutely does. And particularly when we all know what direction the Trey McNutt thing's going. So now you're looking at, and granted, Dorian Brew not still playing high school football in the state of Ohio. He's now down in Texas. An Ohio kid nonetheless. And you're looking at losing 3, and I consider Hill a 5-star. 3 5-stars out of the state of Ohio, which is odd that we have this much talent in a class. Now, these are huge financial future decisions, and things have changed. This is absolutely a whole lot of parent influence decisions. And we just saw it with Dorian Brew, to be quite frank. That was 100% a parent influence decision. he wanted to come to Ohio State. There's no doubt. The money got too big. And that's the same thing we might see with Riley Pettijohn, to be quite honest. And we will come and be live on Saturday for Riley Pettijohn's decision. Riley Pettijohn is, thought to be USC and Ohio State right now. And we've seen a lot of movement from a desperate USC. They're absolutely coming hard. They lost Justice Terry. They lost Isaiah Gibson. They lost the cornerback that they had from Florida. They've lost all these big dudes. They didn't land Brew. They're not going to land McNutt, which means they've got a lot of freed up money and a good NIL to go after Riley Pettijohn and pair him with another good California linebacker and sell him on, listen, we need you to come help us rebuild this. Once you get in the class, we're going to be able to get some more. We're going to have 2 stud linebackers, and they're going to be able to offer him one heck of a package. So, in this NIL world, recruiting is just so much different, man. So much different. And do we think that the Buckeyes are going to be coming anywhere close to a huge deal for a linebacker when they've already got TJ Alford in the class? And, they need that money to hopefully sign David Sanders, who I think is going to end up committing to Ohio State. And then they also got Jakeem Stewart out there and Malik Autry. You got to prioritize the trenches. You absolutely have to. Definitely over a linebacker, as good as Riley Pettijohn is. And, I don't know. We'll see. All right. I'm taking that Bama idiot out of here. I don't want him in here anymore. He's annoying me. I've generally not had bad interactions with Alabama. I've been to, unfortunately, 2 Alabama national championship games, one against Georgia, one against Notre Dame. And each time I had better interactions with the Alabama fans, which surprised the heck out of me, than I did the Georgia fans and the Notre Dame fans. The Notre Dame fans, at least the ones that have a lot of money that go to those, national championship games, tickets are like $2,000, so they're generally ones that have a lot of money. And they are just the most pompous, arrogant jerks. I could not stand them. The Alabama fans, much nicer, much more level-headed. And then the Georgia-Alabama national championship, that's the one that Bama won on the last second overtime, or the overtime touchdown. I was right in that end zone, and I was wearing my Buckeye gear at the game. Now the Alabama fans thought that was funny. The Georgia fans did not appreciate that at all. In fact, we almost got in a fight over it. Dude, I'm telling you, we're starting to get trolls from all around. We got a Florida one in the comments now. We got a Bama one. This guy, that's not the first time he's gotten in the comments and talked about Naeem Offord. Oh, we got another one? Get out of here. The tide is on the right. Listen, I'm very impressed. I'm not going to lie. I'm very impressed with Kalen DeBoer. Did not see this kind of stuff coming from Kalen DeBoer. Certainly not this fast.
Welcome into the On3 studio.
And On3 has come live with the Justin Hill decision. Chocolate Chip Scooch says, I don't see that picture on Twitter. Juck, which picture are we talking about, brother? It's not. I think my brother is he putting? I think my brother's running, producing here, putting you guys' stuff on the board, because I didn't even know he was doing that. He didn't tell me he was doing that. What's good, Ken? Appreciate you guys so much. 155 folks in here to watch the decision, and Justin Hill is now sitting with Steve Wiltfong. Well, they're streaming together. You got Wiltfong. Oh, he's taking the mic. Here we go.
Took time out of their day to come watch me make this decision, man. It's been a long time coming, and I'm blessed to be in this position for sure. Second, I would like to thank every school who has taken time and recruited me. I'll never ever take this for granted. I'm blessed, like I said before. I like to thank my coaches from Little League to middle school to high school. I mean, what y'all implemented to me, it made me who I am today as a man and obviously a football player. But I really appreciate y'all. I wouldn't be where I am without y'all. I would like to thank my teammates, man, for pushing me every day. Everybody, I mean, from when I started playing to now, I love y'all. I want to thank my family, everybody who came out, even if y'all not blood related, y'all still in my heart like family. I want to thank y'all for sure. My parents, my aunt, dad, I love y'all, man. Y'all do everything for me. Y'all do everything for me. I appreciate y'all spending y'all time and y'all money to get me to these colleges, and for me to I'm at a loss for words. I can't explain how much I love y'all for sure. And last but not least, I want to thank the man above, God. I wouldn't be where I am without him, and I'm just blessed to be in this situation. I know y'all ain't come here to see me talk, or cry. But with that being said, for the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be taking my talents too. University of Arizona.
Well, there we have it. Justin Hill just went to Alabama. What are we going to do, guys? You know, our crew certainly made a valiant attempt. Did they make an error in recruiting him at the jack position, in trying to pitch him and sell him on that? I'm sure that'll be something we discuss a lot in the next few weeks. And there is no doubt about when we look at the class of 2025, like I said earlier, the Ohio State class of 2025, if it ended right now, would finish number 3 in last year's rankings. And we've still got a ways to go. Losing a player like this out of the state it's painful. It's painful to those of us who love Ohio high school football, those of us who put a priority on keeping in-state talent in-state. And it is clear that the landscape has changed. We have never seen, I'm saying it for a while, we have never seen so many Ohio guys. The country has shrunk. We've never seen so many Ohio guys, even just going down to visit, take OVs to Georgia and Bama and Oregon. We've never seen it like this. It's just different. But it's a two-way street. We're now getting them coming in easier, and they're going out easier. And it's just a new recalibration that we're going to have in our brains, something we're going to have to get used to. And it's unfortunate. This is an impact player. And yes, we're obviously going to be fine. Yes, the class of 2025 is excellent, spearheaded by this man's son, Devin Sanchez. And we appreciate them so much. And we're going to be great, no doubt. So in situations like this, I give myself 24 hours to stew and be angry. And then it's right back to the positivity, because we have tons of things to be positive about. And props to Kalen DeBoer, man. The dude has now beat us for Micah DeBose, Jackson Lloyd, 2 offensive linemen that we really could have used. And now come up into Ohio and taking a shot across the bow, taking the best defensive prospect we've had in a while out of Ohio, in my opinion. And what are we going to do, man? There's nothing we can do about it. James Laurinaitis, let's keep in mind, had an abbreviated window in this class. He couldn't travel until Parker Fleming was gone, and even then he was traveling in a temporary capacity. Ryan Day waited before he hired him. So all that time was speculation and guys negative recruiting against him, saying he wasn't going to be there long term. There was talk that he might not want to be here long term, that he has young kids. You guys remember. So all that time, guys were building relationships, and James was still traveling in a temporary capacity. So it's a bummer. The Bucs brought Larry and Jim Knowles. Larry didn't come into the equation till later on, maybe about 3 weeks ago or a month ago. They all took the trip down to Winton Woods. Jim Knowles, James Laurinaitis, Larry Johnson, and Matt Guerrieri. They took the trip down to Winton Woods, laid out the plan of how they wanted to use Justin Hill in the jack position. And that was the first time that they had brought Larry into the discussion with Justin Hill. And from there, we heard everything was great. They're on the same page. And then he had his official visit to Ohio State, his official visit to Bama. Actually, the Bama one was first. We heard it went great. The Ohio State one was better. And from then on, Justin Hill, we've heard nothing but it's Buckeyes up until this morning. And there we have it. So we'll take a couple of comments here, and then I'm going to get out of here, recalibrate my thoughts. And, I'm trying to stay as positive as I can right now because I'm live. But my word, and this could never be truer. Richie Dub says you can't trust Cincinnati dudes. You absolutely can't, man. I mean, they're a wild card. And I've said it since I started this show. So strange, the difference between, I'm a Northeast Ohio guy. The difference between Northeast Ohio and Southwest Ohio when it comes to the love for Ohio State. There is some people down in Southwest Ohio that have this animosity towards Columbus. And we lose a lot of dudes out of Cincinnati. We just do. And, some of them go down south, which has always struck me as odd because in Northeast Ohio, particularly, Akron, Cleveland, aside from, and I think somebody brought up today earlier in the comments, Elvis Gerback and Desmond Howard. Yeah, Cleveland dudes, St. Joe's, Bo Jackson's high school. It went up to Michigan, obviously. But, for the most part, you got Cleveland Akron dudes. They're coming to Ohio State. Though I will say, we have got to lock down the class of 2026. Number one cornerback in the state of Ohio, number one player in the state of Ohio, Rock Hill, down at Hoban. He was at Alabama with Kalen DeBoer a week and a half ago, taking pictures in the weight room. And now he's been down to Ohio State 12 times. He loves Ohio State. But that has to be like priority number one right now. You got to lock down his teammate Sam Greer, the left tackle, 6'8", 290, top 100 overall prospect. You obviously you got to offer Sincere Johnson out of Glenville, number one linebacker in the state. You got to offer Adam Guthrie. He's an excellent tackle, 6'7", 270. Got a bunch of offers. Does not have his Ohio State offer yet. Will Conroy out of St. Ignatius. Maxwell Riley out of Avon. These are dudes that they have got to lock down. You got to get them. You got to lock them down. We can't be playing these games anymore. And, comparatively speaking, Justin Hill was offered a little later. Not that I'm saying this is why this happened, but we absolutely can't be messing around anymore with our in-state prospects. Things are different, and these dudes will leave now. Much more often, I think, than we've ever seen before, because they've grown up in this in the social media world their entire lives, and social media has just shrunk the country. Everything seems closer together. When people my age were young, it just felt like a much bigger world. The country felt bigger. Thinking about going down to Alabama is like, no, that's just weird. And I don't know, man. It's a bummer. Blyberg says Petty John is gone. Is this another Alabama guy or is this one of our guys? I don't know. Jabari says, what's up, Juck? Late to the party. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. The Fire Show. Ohio State needs to beat the SEC on the field for this crap to stop. Hey, I mean, as annoying as it is, It's true. The record against the SEC, it's terrible. It's inexcusable. And I believe this year is the year that, it stops. But it's going to take a long time to kind of get that back to snuff. The good news is it won't be much longer. We won't have to be locked in. I'm sorry. This is Albert Hill. He's never gone by Albert. Albert's his name. His name's Rock. Everybody calls him Rock. He's Rock Hill out of Hoban. And it's just Charles Woodson, not a Northeast Ohio dude, but yes. I went to St. Vincent St. Mary. Matthew asked where I went to high school. St. Vincent St. Mary. And we produced plenty of Buckeyes out of St. Vincent St. Mary, commonly known as LeBron's school now. And it has a lot of state championships for basketball now. But we also have football state championships. Most recently, Paris Campbell and Dante Booker, as far as Buckeyes go. Blyberg says, I'm not jealous. I agree. Ohio State is a better program. I didn't catch what is his school. Philip Buford says, need the defensive line to ball out this year and utilize the jack if you want rush ends like Hill. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. And again, we're going to talk for a while. I'm sure there'll be a lot of discussion about recruiting him with the promise of playing this jack position. Was that the right move? And there were people who speculated going into this that it wasn't. I got to be honest. I don't feel, my initial gut feeling is that wasn't the biggest thing here. I think it's more the kid just liked Alabama. That, honestly, sometimes it's something simple. They offered him some good money. I'm sure that the packages were relatively equal. I would imagine. I'll get some better news, better intel on that in the upcoming days. But I think he liked Alabama. I think the family liked Alabama, and he was looking for a slam dunk from Ohio State to keep him home. And I'm sure that it didn't help that it was just the promise of playing the jack position that they could not watch on tape. They had no proof of concept of. The last time we saw it, it looked, I mean, you had Jack Sawyer in the jack position, so a body type, nothing like his, right? And it's tough, man. It's tough. So, Robert Perkins says, you guys forget these kids don't always have the same affection for home schools as some of us. They see the business side. The days of blind loyalty is gone. The jack has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, a lot of people are going to point to that being a big reason here. And I don't know that's it. I think that this is just had a lot to do with him really liking Alabama. And it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. You look at guys like McNutt, to Robert's point. McNutt, whose old man played at Ohio State, doesn't have that same kind of affection we have for Ohio State. It's just some people don't grow up like that. It is what it is. We lost a good one here, and this is true right here. 5 Adams says his mom is a Bama fan, and that is correct. Now, this here is interesting. Do we miss Stargell today? So Andrew Stargell commits tomorrow. Now, Andrew Stargell is a guy I've talked to this entire recruiting process since the Buckeyes, since before they offered him. And Andrew Stargell, the last I talked to him was a week and a half ago. And a week and a half ago, I asked him straight up, because there was talk that Ohio State might be rescinding his offer because Jake Cook was now in at center. And I talked to him about this, and everything was good on Ohio State and his end. He was committing July the 4th. As far as he knew, everything was good. Talked to him again maybe 3 days after that. Everything was good. Now he's totally ghosted me. Usually answers me in 5 minutes. I've not heard back from him for several days. So it appears that that is what happened. I kind of got an issue if that's what happened with the way it was handled, because if that's what happened, the kid didn't know till a couple days ago. Like, you know what I mean? That's not cool. I don't think that's cool. So anyway, Kenneth says, do not send this kid's messages and whatnot on Twitter. That is a bad look, guys. Somebody sent a really nasty message or put a nasty message under Riley Pettijohn's mom's Twitter, which is just inexcusable. Something to the effect of, you don't love your son if you let him go to USC. And while that's a funny joke, he wasn't joking. And I don't think she took it as a joke. Yes, he is absolutely still a kid, man. These are young dudes, man. I mean, Mika says, can we flip him? I doubt it, man. I doubt it. This looks like a dude that's locked in and he's made his choice. He's made his choice. Mello says, please don't tell me that was a Buckeye fan. It absolutely was. It absolutely was, and he got properly roasted by the rest of Buckeye Nation and came out and apologized for it, but the damage was done. Damage was done. Yes, it is despicable, and it wasn't a troll. It was a dude. I mean, I guess you could call him a troll. Yeah, he's an idiot, obviously, but you know, who knows, man? Things like that can hurt your cause when the choice is down to just a needle thread. And Buckeye Nation is so big, you know, listen, every fan base has a percentage of morons and idiots. And if your fan base is bigger, sometimes it looks like you have more of those morons and idiots. It's just a percentage-based thing. But, you know, it is what it is. And you get enough of those, and you look like idiots. Matt says, I get he's just a kid, but that doesn't mean I won't smile every time he gets pancaked in college. Listen, I don't got to root for his success on the field at Alabama. I don't root for him to have success on the field at Alabama. I root for him to have a nice, successful, healthy life. But no, I'm not rooting for his success on the field. Absolutely not. No, we're not mandated to do that. Greg says, and I don't think it's fair, Greg. So much for Laurinaitis being the next Heartline. Let's go check Heartline's first abbreviated class when he got the job and find out what that is. I'm going to put that in my notes, and we're going to double back on this one, Greg, because I'm going to guess it wasn't landing a couple of 5 stars. Remember, James could not travel, and when Parker Fleming was fired or let go or not asked back or invited back, James could travel in a temporary capacity, which he did, but he was still a temporary. It wasn't even known that he was going to be the full-time linebackers coach, and they were absolutely recruiting against him like that. Like, he's not going to be around. And that's why I had such a problem with how long it took to hire him. It should have been a slam dunk and done. I don't know what the delay was on that. Dago says, you don't have to cheer for the kid, but you don't need to threaten him either. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mika says, good luck to him, not his team. Jabari says, all we can do is wish these kids the best in whatever they choose until they play us. Absolutely. Shepherd Duck says, this is a Duck fan. He's a good friend of Juck on Bucks, though. Always very positive with us. If my kid goes to USC instead of Oregon, he better hope he gets a good scholarship. So Dago, let's get a couple more in here. we got information on Riley Pettijohn's announcement. It's going to be 12 p.m. On Saturday on the 247 Sports YouTube channel. So just like we did today, we're going to go live and hang out in Juck's basement for Saturday's announcement for Riley Pettijohn. You all are welcome to join me, and let's hope it's better news than we got today. So that'll be Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and put that up in the thing so it's scheduled. I'll do that right when we hang up now, and you guys can hopefully check the remind me, and we will do this again, and hopefully we get it. Listen, if we go 0 for 2, well, I guess we went live for Maxwell Roy's, and that was a good one. So we're 1 for 1 going live on the announcements. And Anthony says, better days are coming. Yes, they are. Today wasn't a good one, but we will regroup. We will be better than ever. And I can't wait to play these guys, man. Listen, somebody said earlier, I can't wait to stop talking recruiting and start talking about football. I'm with you guys. And sometimes, like, I just don't have much to talk about on the show when it comes to football. So it's constantly about recruiting. And I worry you guys are sick of it. But I also want to keep getting the reps and getting better. So I have to talk about something. And I don't know. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting the show. And I've had so much fun meeting so many new friends, like this lovely lady here, Doreen, this lovely lady here, Sue. You know, a couple of our, maybe 7. There we go. A couple of our 7 females that watch the show, because it is 96% male, which I also love. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you so much. Scooch says, not your fault. It was better when we were getting guys. Yeah, it felt better. There you go. Good show, Juck, even though bittersweet. We have a month and 3 weeks till this talk is over. We sure do. And, you know, just like all of you guys, I am all in on the Buckeyes and my prediction that they're going to win the national championship this year. I'm not taking it easy on that. Full bore, full steam ahead. The Buckeye train's coming. And when it happens, everything is in position once the door is kicked in for something really special to happen. And I appreciate you guys so much. Matt K asks, what are my socials? I am at Juck on Bucks on X. And gosh, I'll have to get back to you on the other ones. I think I had to do some like underscores and such, not because somebody else had Juck on Bucks, but because I'm so technically not so good that I kept forgetting passwords and had to like make new ones. But Juck on Bucks on X, which is the one that I'm on the most. The other stuff I don't use so much. But yeah, hit me up anytime. Email me, juckonbucks@gmail.com, if you want to talk about anything. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for all your support. And I will definitely have a show coming out tomorrow that I will film this evening after I've settled in. And so you got something to watch on the 4th if you got nothing going on. So appreciate you guys so much. Happy 4th of July. Better days ahead. Talk to you soon. Juck on Bucks out.